What is the strange mechanical creation known as Failsafe, and why is it gunning for the Dark Knight? Well, let's hop into the pages of Batman issue number 126 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up from where the last issue left off, Batman had actually been framed for the Penguin's murder as part of a much larger suicide plot. Obviously, things are pretty rough for Batman right now, and he's acting out in unforeseen ways, like giving Tim a hard time for getting back into the field after getting shot in the neck, even though that's exactly what Bruce would have done in this situation. Tim doesn't let it get to him. He knows that Batman is projecting. In fact, on top of everything else, he's a master of projecting about his parents' death, Alfred's death, his marriage to Catwoman falling apart. Pick your poison, really. Batman knows that it's not right. And even in his more private moments, he admits to himself that he's proud of all of the different wards and sidekicks that he's played mentor to over the years. They still strive very hard to have normal lives, to have loves and interests outside of just fighting crime and serving justice, but he knows that that maybe isn't the life that he was ever meant to lead. This pointy-eared pity party, though, ends up getting crashed by the coming of Failsafe, that robot that we saw come online at the end of the previous issue. This thing is incredibly strong, super fast, and now it seems to want to make Batman very, very dead. A quick scan from Oracle lets us, the reader, know that this thing is made up of all sorts of different amazing robotic parts, including some Amazo tech, meaning that not only can this thing kick Batman's ass, but it can learn and assess better ways to kick his ass the longer the fight goes on. Bruce gets taken by surprise, and his makeshift brownstone Batcave ends up getting destroyed. Again, I feel like this has happened several times over the last couple years. Luckily, Batman doesn't have to fight this battle on his own. He had talked about before how proud he was of all of his different sidekicks in the greater Bat family. Well, now it's time for them to come and protect him, including some characters who don't always get the call for the bigger Bat family reunions, like Duke the Signal, who ends up charging in first and foremost, followed behind by Cassandra Cain and Stephanie Brown, the two Batgirls. As it turns out, during the battle, this failsafe robot can indeed talk. It just usually chooses to say one word at a time, and those words are often pretty damn distressing. Again, it's basically like dealing with the friggin' Terminator over here. After getting knocked around a bit and put inside the Batmobile, Bruce does come to the realization that there is something familiar about Failsafe, but he can't quite put his finger on it. The plan is for Robin to try and take Bruce to another Batcave so he can get some medical attention from Leslie Tompkins. It's at that point Nightwing shows up, sacrificing one of his motorcycles to continue the fight and keep Failsafe busy. Sadly, this thing really does show itself to be a deadly learning machine, not only being able to counteract everything that the assorted Bat family throws at it, but also managing to hack their comms, cutting them off from Oracle's tech assistants and even giving Leslie Tompkins one hell of a scare too wherever she is. Tim ultimately does manage to get Bruce to safety, but it's made abundantly clear that the worst is still yet to come. If Bruce can't actually remember what this failsafe thing is, despite the fact that it is familiar to him, that can only mean one thing, and that is that his mind was tampered with, either by someone else or by Bruce himself, so he wouldn't remember. Obviously, Bruce has been in this situation once or twice before. When he can't trust his own mind, he decides to make use of one of his backup personalities. Yes, that's right, I'm of course talking about the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh, who, as the comic comes to a close, makes his grand return from the Morrison era almost 2 decades later. Holy crap, I did not see this coming. And so that was Batman issue number 126, everybody, and I can happily say whatever I thought Chip Zdarsky had in mind for his Batman run, well, he's completely flipped the script on me in the best way possible. Hell, in my video for issue 1, I talked about how it seemed like Zdarsky was taking Batman back to being the sort of Frank Millerian lone brooding type, and yet here's this issue that is a loving tribute to all the sidekicks and all they bring to enrich Batman's life, with a Silver Age loving Morrison-inspired cherry on top. I will say the mystery of this book certainly has me hooked. Not only how is Batman and his allies going to defeat Failsafe, but also how are they going to unravel the mystery of why did Bruce assumedly build him in the first place. My theory from the last issue and beyond has been that, Failsafe was meant to come online if ever there was a situation wherein Batman stepped over the line and actually killed someone. Of course, I feel like that maybe is a little too obvious, and Zdarsky as a writer is usually known for throwing in a couple extra twists and turns to keep everyone guessing, and I think we will be guessing for a while still. Art continues to be solid too. All the different sidekicks look great and get their own big action moments. Failsafe is a very cool design too. It is obviously just Batman as a robot, but they have a lot of fun with interesting curves and how he emotes despite the fact that he doesn't actually have a face pace, and I'm always a fan when they do things like that. Overall, I'd give this one another very positive 8 out of 10. Good stuff, worth your time. Hey there everyone, Cape Joel again, and I want to thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. As always, if you liked what you see, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. It really helps drive engagement and helps me out too. Also, if you are a patron, which you can become for as little as $1 a month, you will get exclusive content that no one else can ever see, and you'll get to see the Comic Multiverse podcast before anyone else too. You can check out all this and more down in the description. And until next time everyone, this has been Cape Joel, and I'll see you all next time. Cheers.